Auntie got new hair. Virginia is a witch and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, here we go. Hello and happy Friday. It is a great Friday today. Not just good. There's a lot of people that are out for school if you're doing that kind of stuff. I think I got a home full of family to go home to. So nobody, I think, went in today.
Yeah, I have a home full of family and extended family.
Okay.
We got cousins.
Oh, good times.
Mags is home from college. These kids are like waiting for me to get home so I can fund their fun.
Okay, that's it. They're just waiting for the money.
Yes. They're like, well, when you get here, can we have your debit card? We want to go get ice cream. We want to go to this. We want to go to this.
Of course they do, yeah. That sounds like a lot of fun. Come for some handouts as well.
I would love to get somebody's debit card and go have some
wouldn't that be
fun
nice?
this weekend.
Like, oh, my gosh.
Just sucks when you're the debit card.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you're right. It does definitely suck. Let me see. Got some fun stuff going on this weekend with Easter and all that. So hopefully you have some good plans.
Yeah, restaurants are open on Easter, right?
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, a lot of them are because a lot of people are going to want to go eat out for Easter. Yeah, we're trying to figure out what to do for
You should
Easter.
go to Berry Fresh Cafe. They have such a fun Easter brunch with all kinds of lobster.
Yeah, okay.
They really are tricking it out for their brunch. They do brunch normally awesome, but for Easter, they're stepping it up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with the Bloody Marys they brought in here. They were very good.
They have a whole flight of Bloody Marys, all
wow.
different flavors. Same thing with mimosas, all different flavors.
Okay.
I'm all about a flight, Kevin.
Yeah, we had kind of kicked that around maybe, doing something like that.
What's cozier, having a holiday dinner out at a delicious restaurant or having it home cooked at your house? What is the better one?
Out.
You like it out?
Yeah, I like being out. I like seeing things. It just, there's an energy and there's a vibe. So, yeah, we don't do a lot of meals at home. I think about we maybe do one a year, and that's like Christmas.
You got a good point. I will say, when you do a dinner at the house, you're likely to lose soldiers to a nap quickly if you're out and about.
Yeah.
Like when you came over for Thanksgiving and then you fell asleep on my rug.
I feel like everything you give me, food or drink, you roofie me. But I did 2 years in a row. I passed out. Virginia's on her floor.
It's a comfy rug.
It is so nice. Yeah. I really respond well to her floor.
It seems like that's the only good place you sleep. I think you need to start saying Virginia's.
You're always welcome.
Yeah.
My kids love you. They look at you like they looked at Richard Pryor in The Toy.
They look at me like a creature.
You are a plaything. You are a pet. You are such a great toy.
Yeah, so you got some sports stuff going on. The Marlins at home, Heat, Panthers, Inter Miami. Got a bunch of Easter stuff going on, too. Different towns that got their stuff. But next weekend is you get the Tortuga Music Festival going on Fort Lauderdale Beach Park. It goes for like 3 days. Madonna's in town next weekend, too, for 3 nights.
Does the Tortuga tickle your fancy at all?
It does. Toying with it. Now, the only way I do it, because I've heard so many nightmare stories of people that are just down in the sand and people are pissing everywhere and just, I'm not going to do that. So the Queen and I were kicking around. If we are going to do it, we would do the elevated tickets and check it out. And every year we just got to be like, I don't know. This year we're kicking around a bit.
But you're right. The 3 P's should come to mind when you get down in that pit. Pissing, porking, pooping. That's what goes on down there. The 3 P's.
I don't want to
You
be
can keep 2 of them.
in the midst of that. Yeah. So that's all going on for next weekend. The one thing we've chewed on a lot this week has just been so much is the Diddy stories after that raid that happened on his Star Island place. And Jacqueline sent an email. She said, years ago, I was watching Wendy Williams interview J-Lo, and J-Lo's mom was in the audience, and this was before J-Lo and Ben Affleck were back together, and Wendy Williams was teasing J-Lo that Diddy was her one true love that got away. I was asking J-Lo whether she would consider getting back with him, and the camera Then cut to J-Lo's mom, who had a look of absolute disgust and was shaking her head like there is no way my daughter is getting back with that guy.
Good.
So,
Dude.
Mamas would not like those kind of dudes.
I wouldn't think so.
She knows too much. They should put her on the stand, too.
I think J-Lo's going to have to talk about the pussy pistol. I think that's going to have to be a thing. I think she might have to talk.
Yeah, smuggling that into the club. Diddy Shine was the one that took the fall, but there was an eyewitness who says she was struck in the face by that bullet that Diddy fired.
Damn.
J-Lo, she says, lied to the grand jury under oath. That would be perjury for her. So, yeah, there's a lot of interesting things that they might start unpacking. And, man, if anybody starts talking at those Miami hotels, like the Fontainebleau and the Mandarin, and talking about Diddy's sex parties that he had, drugging and beating people, forcing them into orgies, filming all of it.
Where are the victims that were drugged and beaten? I want to hear their story. Did he kill them?
I think the thing that might help, reading that one story that was in the Miami Herald today, everybody was signing NDAs. Everybody had to sign an NDA with Diddy, and they were it was everything. They were very thorough in what they tried to do. And the question is, are they enforceable? But if you get subpoenaed to testify, that breaks an NDA. And these people may want to talk, but they're afraid of the NDA, getting sued and all those kind of things.
But if you have to, you have to.
They would, maybe want to sing.
I would want to clear my conscience. If I saw some stuff, I would want for finally justice to be served.
Well, you got to keep in mind, too, people don't talk a lot of times because they're scared. And if Diddy was doing some of the shit that people are saying that he did, then
murder was a part of it,
you could get killed
right.
if that's so. You're not going to say too much shit. A lot of people won't do that. Now, when it becomes more mainstream,
right,
you're going to start to hear a lot of people talk, in my opinion.
Well, there's safety in numbers. And when the floodgates open and everybody starts telling the truth, then you feel better about telling the truth because you know you're not the only one and you're not marked for death.
I'm wondering, too, because I'm not sure how many details you guys read about the Vince McMahon story, but that's another one that could be massive if they bring him down.
They're kind of lining them all up. It seems like Jay-Z might be on deck, that they might be coming for him. But I was just, now it's just, all right, here's one after another that they say they're going to be going after. And some of the names were kind of surprising to me so far. Jay-Z doesn't necessarily surprise me and how they're trying to, attach him to all this kind of stuff. But, this could be a really interesting year just to see what happens.
Cat Williams called it.
Yeah, he did. He said 2024 is going to be a year that, some people are being taken down.
Since that interview, Dan Schneider's been brought down, and so is Diddy, to a certain point of view. Mm-hmm. That's two major stories.
I agree. It's impressive.
Yeah. A lot going to be going after.
Even if Cat Williams was just talking shit and that happened, it looks like he knows what the fuck he's talking about.
He called his shot.
He did, man. Mm-hmm. He called it, and it happened quick.
Yeah, it did.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see how that all goes down. I assume more things will probably drop this weekend.
Did you watch that entire Cat Williams interview?
No, I did not.
It's pretty lengthy.
Yeah, it is long. Yeah, I've only seen the highlight clips. To me, I think that was about enough. But seen the ones you've seen. It was a lot of people had comments on that.
And then Rogan had him on as well.
Oh, okay.
Right after.
Okay.
Because he called Joe Rogan out on Shannon Sharp.
Oh, yeah? What did Rogan say about it?
Cat Williams had said that, Joe Rogan keeps pushing the same unfunny comedians on his show constantly, but he's never had me on. And people were speculating who the 5 comedians Cat Williams was talking about. Okay. And then he had him on.
Okay, and how was it? Was it?
There was some good stuff that came out of it. It wasn't nearly as explosive as you had more of a tamer Cat Williams on that one.
Okay, he didn't come for Joe Rogan.
I think they were smoking a lot of weed.
Yeah, probably.
Joe Rogan one.
Well, I know that when he did the Shannon Sharp one, they were drinking a good bit. They each had their own bottle of hard liquor, and they were pouring it out and drinking it pretty good.
I love interviews where there's drinking. To me, that's how you do it.
Especially when it first kicks in, you can tell someone's starting to get a little liffy, a little honest with their talk.
I love it. I think any of those kind of interviews where there's a possibility of juice, should be done at least 2 or 3 glasses of champagne in.
And I think sometimes, too, people forget if you're drinking and on a podcast, at least maybe they used to. I think people are getting kind of savvy to what happens. They just feel like, oh, it's on a podcast. No one's going to find this clip. No one's going to hear this because it's such a long format show and people love the
Stuff catches fire. If you bring the juice, it could catch fire.
People get loose on these podcasts, man.
Yeah, they do.
I love it. I can't wait till we get one that goes real loose.
We've had a few that's gone loose.
There's one maybe to check out. People put on our radar. Jeff in Frisco, Texas said Steve-O had Vanilla Ice on.
Oh.
And he said Vanilla Ice is way more gangster than we thought. Okay.
I knew he was. I don't think it's an act. I think he really is tough.
Okay, yeah, on his Wild Ride podcast. Yeah, that'll be something I have to check out, see what that's all about. So it's fun.
I watch that podcast sometimes.
Yeah, I've seen some clips. I mean, there's just so much because everybody has one.
Everyone's
now.
got a podcast.
I would not cross Vanilla Ice. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I think they put their money where their mouth is, and his crew.
Yeah, one of the nicest dudes ever. But
sure.
yeah, if you get into the crosshairs,
look, he's always been cool to us, man.
Yeah,
always been cool to us, but we never fucked around.
Right?
Yeah,
I would not want to fuck around and find out because his crew is a little like, whoa, okay, they're not playing.
Yeah, so they're all the motocross guys.
Yeah, I think if it came down to a fight,
they're real men.
they'd be able to handle
They
themselves.
are men, and they are tough, and they are the tats and all that. They live the life. They're legit.
Their whole life's been about breaking and snapping bones.
Yes, and they'll snap yours.
Yeah, so that doesn't phase them. A snap bone is just it's Tuesday. Not a big deal, man.
Well, I got to go listen to that podcast though.
Oh yeah, I think there'd be some good stuff on that. No doubt about it.
We love Steve-O too.
Yeah, he's a solid dude. Very solid dude. Patrick had said you were talking about how music has changed since the 80s, a lot more repetition, a lot more simple words that are being used in it. The songs are being processed differently. They're shorter than they used to be. And he said, yeah, it's all about the clicks. The more full plays the artists get on YouTube or Spotify or other streaming services, they get paid more. It's all about the money. And I had heard something about that a song has to be a certain length to get credit for a full play to get your money, but you want to try to now cram as many songs in as you can. So if you got one song that goes the length of 2, now only one person's getting paid the same amount of money.
Boy, isn't that beautiful art?
Nothing artistic about it.
Fuck no, there's not.
Yeah. So it's all about hey man, on your streaming service, yeah, thanks Dick for the 6-minute song. We could cram 3 songs into that. You could have paid, people could have gotten 3 times the money.
Real artists ain't going to go by that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying artists aren't going to do that because it's clearly a strategy and I know you got to make money and all that shit. But if you are a real artist, you're not doing it for that.
Right.
You're writing a fucking song and if it goes 3 minutes and 33
however
seconds.
Long it takes.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's the way it goes. Well, I think I really still feel like streaming and all that stuff is in its infancy. I don't think they've got the perfect formula figured out. They're still trying to figure it out.
Well, the cool thing about all this stuff is I like the fact that you're able to get, if you like short songs, they're available. If you want long songs, they're available too. My point earlier was you're just not going to see a lot of songs on pop radio or even rock radio or whatever kind of radio that's going to be over 4 minutes with a bridge in there. Yeah. People still do it. It's just not going to be. It's not going to be in the limelight.
Yeah, absolutely. You might see a bit of a mix. You might see some artists doing shorter songs, and then they'll put in a few for themselves.
What music you listening to, Vicious V?
I was trying to get some new stuff together for Pride Fest, so I was delving deep into, some new Megan Thee Stallion stuff. I want to listen to Beyonce's new album. The clips you played, I was really getting into how every song sounded different.
You're feeling that.
Unique. Interesting. I am totally into Cowboy Carter.
And what are you into right now?
Just pulling some songs here and there. The one song that I think is great that I really love right now. I tell you about that Chris Stapleton.
Yeah,
he's got a song called White Horse. Gosh, that guy's just, that voice, man, he sounds freaking amazing.
You love it?
It's a cool guitar. He's got a sound that, no one else can do. Every now and then somebody comes along and they break a format.
Yeah.
Because they're so freaking good. He doesn't necessarily fit in country. He's almost like a Southern rock
right
kind of thing, but he's bluesy, he's soulful. He's
got the music cred. He's got the cred of the industry. He'll be around for a long time.
Gosh, you just hear him and it's like, yeah, he is dropping. There's a few songs. He has like 4 or 5 now that are just, damn, man, they're just better than anything you're hearing from anybody.
And that's a thing where not a lot of people in music can do that, where you can hear, so I'm talking more of your instrument kind of a stuff, where you hear something and go, oh yeah, that's Brian May from Queen. It's very hard to get your own sound that's your own.
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of rare, man.
Yeah, he's really solid. So I like him. The Jelly Roll stuff, I'm really impressed with just how many freaking songs that guy is cranking out. And I know we play the one to death.
I want to talk to Kev when I need flavor.
Yeah. But
if you go into Kev for flavor.
Yeah, you're in trouble, man.
He's
if I'm
so
your flavor,
white.
Yeah. I am the definition of vanilla dog. Yeah, he's got a song that they're kind of pushing now called Halfway to Hell.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that title.
Well, the only thing that I do kind of notice about the Jelly Roll stuff, man, a lot of his is about battling demons. That's every fucking song he has.
Maybe it's what he knows.
Well, I think it is, but it's like, all right, how many damn albums are we doing if you just, okay, all right, it's battling my demons again. Hey, he's writing a lot of hits off of it, but that's just kind of what he does.
People, they like this kind of song.
They do. He's got another solid song I like called Dragging These Roots. That is good.
Show me a demonless person, and I'll show you somebody who's no fun.
Yeah, well,
even the person that says they don't have demons, they're in denial. Everyone has demons.
Amen.
Yeah, and it does really make for good music.
It does.
You
Oh, yeah,
think
absolutely.
about it, when somebody's going through a good part in their life, you're like, gosh, their music's going to suck.
Well,
and then when something goes on, they lose a loved one that's close to them, or they get to go through a terrible breakup, you're like, oh, man, here comes the good stuff.
Those are the kind of songs I like. I'm not saying I don't like happy music, because there's songs that I like that are happy, but I like the pain. I like the grit.
Look at your girl Elle King's daddy issues. That makes for great music.
Yeah, she's got a lot of demons, too. She has got a massive drinking problem, I think. And
Wouldn't you if Rob Schneider was your dad?
I don't know what kind of dad he was. I know what kind of radio guest he is.
Kevin's turned team Rob Schneider.
No, I'm done trashing the guy.
Oh, you don't want to hold on to this grudge for another 17 years?
It will never die in my heart.
I know you. Hold on to that.
You're so crazy.
Till they put me in the ground, I'll be like, fuck Rob Schneider.
I swear, you have to be one of my relatives from Rhode Island, because you love to hold on to a grudge.
Love it.
Yeah, Elle King stuff sounds great. She's just got such a unique voice, man.
So unique.
Holy crap.
That
loungy
ballsy kind of.
It's just, she fits, like I said, her alternative stuff is what she was doing. And then they're like, hey, you could easily do country. And she's done that. I loved both. I'm just a massive fan of her stuff.
When you're drinking or you're doing something where you have music on, do you ever go back to the old school stuff, 70s, or are you so over all that stuff?
Yeah, no, I do. But it's very rare. You just how people are burnt out on RMF music. Look, when I hear a song that I really love, I truly try to put the brakes on how much I listen to it, because I don't want to get so fed up with it. So I almost kind of ration myself on a song so that I'm like, I'm so over this tune.
I know what you mean, but here's what I've been doing. It's been fun. I try to find artists, like, for example, an artist that's got that one song that you're sick of, but going and listening to their whole album and stuff that you never would ever listen to. And I am finding some gems from people
That's
that
cool.
I would never in a billion years think about ever playing. There's a lot of gold out there.
Yeah, no doubt. That's the one thing I love. I love finding great songs, because there is a ton of stuff out there that just doesn't get put on people's radar. There's another song that I like right now. I played it on the show. I thought that Pearl Jam came back hard, man. Their new song "Dark Matter." I don't know what they had done, but it sounds like 1991 Pearl Jam.
You're seeing that with a lot of people. They go back to square one. What got them their popularity?
Yeah, I don't know what happened,
let's
man.
go back to the shit people actually liked.
I was stunned when I heard it. I'm like, what the hell is this? It's a great song, though. It sounds good. It sounds like it could have been on that album 10.
There's a song, it goes, Jeffrey has spoken. It's Jeffrey has spoken.
Jeffrey.
Instead of Jeremy. Remember
Right.
Jeremy?
Yeah.
They do a new version, Jeffrey has spoken.
Okay.
I know.
That's weird.
It did not.
Oh, like, why would they do that? That's so dumb.
I was waiting for her to get to the. She's trying to reconcile
Get it? Like,
between.
Her brain.
thinking.
Yeah.
I don't want to shit all over your content, but I was like, that's kind of dumb.
I'm not kidding. Your brain just broke. I saw it in real time.
Oh, Jeffrey.
And I told you too, the Scott Stapp, lead singer of Creed, new album. I think if you like the harder rock stuff, it's not bad. It was pretty decent. You wouldn't expect a lot out of it. But the thing that's good for him was he had that problem with alcoholism. And so he's got a lot of now demon stuff to write. He's singing about his demons.
Great. No, it's good. It's good for the career.
Yeah, it is solid for the career. So that's good. All right, something else to break Virginia's brain here. Karen said, I am a statistics dork, and I want to comment on your would you rather from the other day. Would you rather take a 100% chance of $1 million or a 75% chance at $100 million?
Oh, good. I'm glad she's looking at this with a smart eye.
Yes, because you said go on ahead and grab that $1 million.
I believe a bird in the hand is worth two in your bush.
Okay, Bert and I both chose the 75% chance at $100 million.
Oh, because we're edgy.
Yeah, and she said mathematically there's clearly one right answer.
Really?
It's not Virginia's.
Oh, damn. The emailer said you're stupid.
I just want a sure thing, baby.
She said, according to statistics, the correct answer would always be to take the 75% chance at $100 million. And I think it was even more than that. It might have been billion, I think. This was covered in Stats 101, but what you do, it's kind of a thing that gamblers
we
often
lost her.
do.
Wake
Sorry,
up.
he's gone.
Wake up, Virginia.
Champagne.
She said basically a 75% chance at $100 million means that technically it's worth $75 million, which is way more. And professional poker players use that math all the time to decide which hands to bet on.
Yeah, I would be terrible at poker. I really would, because I have a terrible poker face. I don't like to gamble and lose.
Poker is so fun because you can bring some theatrics to it. You can bring some mind games. Mm-hmm. I played a 7-hour poker game as a British person. Never broke character once.
Because you're a fucking lunatic.
That was kind of the consensus.
That was just that's where they went with that.
It lasted till 4 o'clock in the morning.
What the fuck?
Nobody would give up. It was amazing.
Yami said, hey, Kevin, I got a 16-year-old son, pretty much about the same age as yours. In fact, they went to elementary school together. And I used to, yeah. There you go. South Olive, baby.
South Olive.
Mm-hmm. And I used to see you at Phipps Park for baseball. Anyway, my son loves sports and everything about it. Like, he knows all the stats for high school players and plays all sports except for baseball now. Okay, it's kind of like my son. Football, basketball, track and field. Those are the ones that he loves. He tries so hard to be good at all these things, but he's not really athletic. He's now having a hard time with it because he is benched a lot at high school, and it's really starting to make him feel sad and upset, and he loves it so much, and yet he's just not really good at it. So how do you handle this? His dad is not in the picture, so he comes to me for advice, and I'm not into sports, so I go to all his games and meets, and I support him, but every ride home is him being sad or upset that he sucks, or why do I even bother? I feel bad, and I have asked him to look for coaching or lessons outside of school, but he's embarrassed to ask for help.
I can relate to this email big time.
Yeah.
I mean, this was me really in college. I didn't ride the bench in high school or anything like that, but in college, I did, and can be very, very depressing. And what I would suggest for him, first of all, I'd need some more information. How much is he practicing? And individual lessons is something you should look into. Don't be embarrassed about asking for help. Asking for help is how you're going to get better.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it really is. And I'm curious if they don't mind emailing back. What is he doing on the side? What kind of drills is he doing? Is he even practicing on the side? There's ways to get better, and I don't necessarily believe all the time. Sometimes people get labeled they're not athletic. Well, let's make sure we're doing everything in our power at our best to see if we can get the best out of you. There still might be a lot of things this kid can do.
What would it take for you to do baseball lessons on the side again? How much would somebody have to pay if they wanted coach chicken tender private lessons per hour for their kids' baseball?
I wouldn't do it. I just didn't find enjoyment.
$500 an hour.
It was. I honestly would not get. I wouldn't get enjoyment out of it anymore. The parents really ruined it for me. I loved baseball.
$500 an hour.
Yeah, then you're robbing the parents at that point. Although,
no, they're very wealthy.
You're right. The fucking Jupiter parents. You're right. $500 an hour. That's pretty good.
That's great money.
That is.
Yeah, as far as what you're looking for here, Yami, I went through a lot of the same things. In fact, what really got me was I remember when he was in middle school, Cannon came out from his tryouts, and he just got in the back of the car, and he was just sobbing. And he's like, I didn't make it. And it broke my heart. It really did. And that, for me, I felt like a failure. I felt like I'd failed him. And so, that moment, we started getting him lessons. He does basketball and he does football. And I will tell you that, admittedly, we make an investment on that. But what you can do is YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. They have a ton of videos. There are a lot of people that post stuff up. That's how I started with him with basketball. I was going on watching YouTube videos and seeing lessons that people would post up there that you could start working at. And so I started working individually with Cannon. And if you can afford to get him a ball, then you're okay. If he can find a friend that he could throw around with and work on some of these drills. But he does have to work on it. And if you're talking about motivation and inspiration, show him something like Michael Jordan, who got cut from his 9th grade basketball team. And then they said the summer between 9th and 10th grade, he had a basketball in his hand. You never saw him without it. And every day he was out all day long. He had an older brother that motivated him, and they were very competitive, and that drove him. Failure a lot of times drives you. And so he's going to need to have that. And he's going to have to dig down deep for that himself. And if he doesn't have that, say, hey, look, not everybody's got to be Michael Jordan, but find motivation. Regardless, you're doing something that's healthy, you're building character, and this might parlay into something later on. My son loves all sports, and he's great with stats. Like you said, he might wind up doing something on social media, having his own channel, and he might do something with it in his profession later on in life that could benefit him.
I talked about healthy obsession because I think you can, do healthy obsessive things sometimes. I remember I fell in love with baseball because my buddy was a baseball player and I wanted to be like my friend. He was a little bit older, and I went from sucking to being an all-star within a year because I went out there every day and I threw the ball off. If you really want it and you love it and become obsessed with it in a healthy way, you're going to get better. I would like to know what's he really doing, his schedule, and what his exercise.
And
email us back.
And you could put together a schedule for him to say, hey, every day you should be spending 90 minutes, whatever, practicing. And so you do this, put it together, and I'll help you find the videos and do your own little workout every day. You don't have to spend a ton of money to do it effectively. So,
right now, no, you don't.
You can. And look, there are some people who weren't necessarily athletic that did very well. I don't know. Tom Brady was overall like a freakish athlete. So, and he wound up making it because he has a great determination and drive to be successful.
I'm not kidding you, though, Virginia. Some of these fucking parents were lunatics. There was this one guy. He was a Cajun guy. He had this mullet. And
I like this guy.
He talked to you like this. And when his kid would miss a ball, I'm telling you right now, you're going to run around that lake. You're going to run around that lake. And he'd scream at his kid, and I'm just going, oh, my. It was at their house, so you felt real weird. And if his kid would mess up, he'd make the kid sprint around the lake as I'm just sitting there going, this Cajun man is screaming at his kid. This is weird. Give me my money.
Well, you drive them out. Most kids quit sports by age 13 or 14 because their parents were dicks to them, and it's not fun. Look, I've been through it, and the best thing that you can do is you can only assist in your kid's desire. And if your kid doesn't have the desire and the dog's not in them, don't try to put the dog in him. You can't.
Because you have to have that dog in any music, sports, anything you want to get to that next level.
You shouldn't beat the dog into anybody.
You're right.
You can't. In fact, you can't. That's the misnomer that they don't
But that guy
realize.
tried. The Cajun man was trying.
I've never once seen that happen. Your kid may be submissive and they may do it, but they are hating every second of it. And the moment they can get away from you, they will stop doing it.
See, the kid I'm talking about, he really loved baseball, but his dad just was a fucking lunatic. And I can't say anything because the guy's, paying. I'm at his house, and I think he would have killed me.
He would kill you and stuff you like a taxidermist.
He'd make me run around the lake and then cut my head off.
Yeah, so you need to find what your kid's passion is and then just be an advocate to try to help them. Support them, whatever you can afford to get them extra training or whatever kind of tools they might need for it. Do what you can. And that'd be my suggestion for you. And regardless, hey, he's out there hopefully running around, having a good time. And that's how we look at it. I think my son's probably on the same path as yours. Like we go out there, that 7-on-7 football, there are freakish athletes that are out there on that field. And they're they look like Spider-Man. The stuff that they're doing backflips after they score touchdowns. And I'm like, holy crap, man.
Genetically blessed.
Well, there's a kid he's from South Florida. He played at Chaminade Madonna. He was the #1 player in high school. He's at Ohio State now. He's 17 years old, should still be in high school. He looks like a 35-year-old man.
Wow.
It's unbelievable how jacked he is. He just has muscles coming out of muscles.
Oh, I remember there was this team would play every single year. It was the Lake Lytle team, and I swear to God, these motherfuckers had mustaches, driving up. When I was 13, I'm going, I don't think we're gonna win this one, guys.
Most people who play a professional sport, they are born with a gift genetically that helps them get there. And then the other things fall in line, but that's a majority of the players.
And also, let's not forget steroids, guys. Come on. It really helps.
Well, thank you very much for all the emails. You can always get them through to us, mail@kvjshow.com. We got a nice little weekend to go attack.
Are we doing the bitch and the witch tomorrow?
We're going to talk. Let's talk about it.
All right, let's
What is
talk
that
about
exactly?
it.
I'm not sure. Let's talk about it off the air.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
Let's tease it on the air. But fuck. All right, I don't know yet.
Oh, you told me.
I hear you. We'll talk.
Okay, all right. Something might be happening. We don't know what. What's going on?
We're going to hang out and we're going to drink. And I know that usually leads to fun.
Yeah, no, I'm down.
All
I
right.
just got to figure out some shit.
Okay.
We got a lot going on tomorrow.
Is your dad around?
My dad is.
Tell him I said hi.
Okay, can I go home?
So, Kevin, what are you doing this week?
All right. We'll see you guys out here on Monday.